Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we'll show you how some eastern Kentucky churches celebrated Easter this past weekend while staying safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. And here in Perry County, one church found a way to bring some Easter spirit to children and the community.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is now 5:33 and I'm Lacey Roberts. Thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. And if you are joining us, as Brandon mentioned earlier, you're probably watching us on your cellular device. Let's bring in Brandon right away. With these winds and heavy rain, we can hear it now. That's going to continue throughout this day. Kind of what we can look forward to, Brandon.
Yeah, we're going to see those secondary lines come through along with that cold front, and that's going to cool us off, but it's also going to continue to keep the winds cranking. Let's go right to live pinpoint Doppler radar here on the left for 5:30, and you see that line coming through central Kentucky. We are watching that part of the cell down toward Monticello this morning. There is a severe thunderstorm warning on it, not in our area yet, but it is moving in our general direction. And you see a couple more lines out there to go, and we're seeing some wind gusts that are pretty stout in some locations, so we're going to continue to watch that as well. Wind advisory continues through this afternoon, 2 p.m. for most of us, 5 p.m. for a couple of counties there in Virginia and in Tennessee this afternoon. The winds continue to crank, and you see that across the area and across the state. Look out toward Owensboro, 35 miles per hour. This is wind speed, not wind gust, wind speed. So all that still has to move this way as we head deeper in the morning. Your day planner temperatures will slide as that front comes through. Possibility for some rumbles of thunder here in the next hour or so we're keeping an eye on that as well, and we'll keep you posted. I'll have the rest of that forecast coming up here in a few minutes. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. More than 20,000 Americans have died from the coronavirus and more than 500,000 are infected. And President Trump's first date to reopen the country amid the virus outbreak has come and gone. Instead, many Christians celebrated Easter through live streams, drive-in services, and some even defied orders with in-person services. In an Easter video on Twitter, President Trump said Americans will be back together soon. The White House is launching a new task force this week focused on restarting the economy, possibly by May 1st.
We're getting rid of the plague. It's a plague on our country like nobody's ever seen.
Everybody wants to get the country back on track as quickly as we can, as long as we do it in a safe manner.
Now, despite this, many governors say robust testing for COVID-19 is needed first. Dr. Anthony Fauci said a rolling re-entry of the economy is possible, but not without taking some risks. And as we mentioned earlier, yesterday was Easter Sunday and Christians spent the day celebrating, but it was an unprecedented version of the holiday. Many families cannot be together because of social distancing advisories. In Bullitt County, that did not stop people from attending Maryville Baptist Church. Jerica Valterra has more.
People who walked through those doors to attend Easter Sunday services ended up walking out to find this, a notice that says their license plate numbers have been recorded and reported. Kentucky State Police troopers cited license plates and left notices on every car's windshield, while the owners inside congregating. Celebrating Easter at Maryville Baptist Church. The notices say those inside need to quarantine for 14 days. This comes as Governor Andy Beshear asked churches to close the doors on Easter Sunday so there wouldn't be any in-person gatherings, preventing the possible spread of the coronavirus.
These agendas, that it's one thing to keep us safe. It's another when it's starting to become a takeover, and I'm starting to feel like I'm in a communist country.
Among the Sunday crowd, there were a lot of new faces, including these two who came all the way from New Jersey.
We really wanted to gather for Easter. I have never not went to church for Easter, and I refuse to do it. Even with this situation going on, my Lord is more important.
Bevelyn Beatty says she and Edme Chavan had a trip planned to Tennessee. But while looking up Easter services, they found out about what Pastor Jack Roberts was doing.
One right that I have is the freedom of assembly. And that's what we did this morning. We got to go to the store, right? Because it's essential and everybody understands that. And nobody's questioning, are you putting your neighbor in danger in a Walmart? This is the same when it comes to this building.
Yes.
Or any building of faith.
There has been a lot of pushback towards Maryville Baptist Church inviting people to attend service in person. Early Sunday morning, we found nails scattered in the driveway leading in and out of the church parking lot. Pastor Jack Roberts believes those nails were intentionally placed there.
I felt sorry for the folks that don't have anything better to do than throw nails in the driveway. I mean, what do you do? If you want to confront me, come and talk to me.
This Easter Sunday, people had the option to watch from their cars online and hear the service from the speakers outside. Frank Harris says he doesn't usually attend church, but he and his wife showed up to stand against the strict rules the governor has put in place.
Well, we just believe that this is a giant overreaction by the state. They don't have the authority to tell businesses or other people what they can do and what they can't do in this situation. The most they should be doing is giving advice and allowing people to make up their own minds.
We're just here to have church. That's all we're doing.
Health officials in our area say the next 2 weeks are critical to stopping the spread of the virus. So avoid large gatherings and follow the social distancing rules. In Hillview, Jerica Valtierra, Wave 3 News.
Now, no decision has been made on what to do with the recorded license plates. And with Governor Andy Beshear's orders still in place, some churches in eastern Kentucky did not let that stop them from rising to the occasion on Easter Sunday while still adhering to social distancing guidelines. By holding those drive-in services, Hyman First Baptist Church met at Knott County Sportsplex yesterday. More than 24 cars were present, also practicing social distancing. Churchgoers listened to their cars on radios and could join in on Facebook Live. One member says having service this way was just a bonus to an already special day.
It was wonderful to be a part. We are the church. You know, it's not the building, it's us. We are the church. And if my church, my family gets together, I need to be in the midst of that.
Most people in attendance said it was nice to just see members of their congregation. And at New Height Church in Berea, they held a drive-in service to allow the congregation to also be together while staying apart. Officials with the church say they have been holding services through Facebook Live the past few weeks, but felt that Easter deserved something extra. That something extra came in the form of a drive-through service.
They still want to be able to come out and be able to at least wave or see the church family. New Heights Nation, that's what we call it. Doors shut, they stay in the car. The cars are 6 feet apart.
And if you were not able to see a service yet, you can find New Heights service from yesterday on their Facebook page. And another church in eastern Kentucky held a drive-in service yesterday. WYMT's Dakota Makeris joined Manchester Baptist Church in Clay County and has more on the new technique.
Directing cars into the parking lot and helping people park at the proper distance, getting ready for a drive-in Easter service, but it started off a bit gloomy.
People started pulling in and our deacons were showing them where they were supposed to park, and all of a sudden the sun popped out. And it was just beautiful. This Easter service was a bit different this year.
I shot it down. I said, we don't have the stuff to do this.
But for church elder Ryan Cornett, his mind changed.
As time has gone on and we've been away from our church family longer and longer, I got to looking around and seeing if we could pull it off.
And so they did just that.
A beautiful service. Seeing people in their car windows singing along. I couldn't hear them and I missed that. But I know they're singing the hymns, worshiping the Lord with me.
And celebrating Easter 6 feet apart.
Just getting to see folks smile and hear folks do the honking amens. It was really nice.
As they wave goodbye and churchgoers head back home, this will be a service they will never forget. In Clay County, Dakota Makeris, WYMT Mountain News.
Altogether, the church had 36 cars show up to service and 60 people watching the service on their Facebook Live. And yesterday we aired live Easter church services right here on WYMT. The services featured music and sermons from the Table in Louisa, the Creek in London, and the Summit in Hazard. If you missed them yesterday, that is okay. You can go on our website at WYMT.com and you can watch them there. Hazard's JV's First Church of God paired up with the Easter Bunny to spread some cheer to the kids in the area this past weekend. And as you can see, the Easter Bunny made sure to wear a protective mask and keep proper distancing. The pastor of the church says it was a good way to bring some light and normalcy during this time.
People were texting saying, you have no idea how much that means, just being enclosed and confined for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then seeing a church come by and give out candy and seeing the Easter Bunny.
The church decided to do this instead of their annual Easter egg hunt, which had to be canceled. And later on Mountain News this morning, we will share the story of a man who claims he scaled Mount Everest in his house.
Showers and storms continue this morning, but better weather is on the way. I'll have those latest details coming up in about 3 minutes.